Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Xinfin Network, aka XDC. So let's just dive in and let's start off with the overall price action. So, price action on XDC has been starting to brew up a little bit. We did see a liquidity hunt just recently, which is allowing this to start to run up. What I would love to see is us to break above resistance to get the party started. So far, we are just trading sideways, which I know is very boring. XDC has been brewing for a big move. I've mentioned it back in November, back in January and February. I've been waiting for this thing to break out. Seems like we are starting to get a little bit of a nice price action move here. The last time that we were trading at this level was back in like November and even October. So hopefully we can surpass the August high. This is resistance. But first we actually need to surpass the October high because this is also resistance. So we are waiting for the price action to brew on this. I know that the price action has been boring, but I do think that this is going to change very soon, hopefully. The thing that I'm mainly looking at, though, is Bitcoin, because Bitcoin dominance is rising drastically as Bitcoin is just kind of trading sideways right now. It's in a chop zone. But also remember that if Bitcoin dominance is very high while Bitcoin's price, is rising, it means a lot more dominance is on Bitcoin's side, which means altcoins kind of get thrown to the side and they tend to just trade sideways or they drop in value because all of the money is pouring into Bitcoin to fuel the next run up on altcoins. So with that, we might just get boring price action for a little bit of time until Bitcoin does go on a major tear. We might even get a buy opportunity again at 2.5 cents. It's questionable, but we are definitely watching the price action. I'm waiting for the 3-day 200 EMA to be hit, which is at 4 cents. That would be the best case scenario right now around XDC because, hey, if you were buying down here at around 2 cents, you basically doubled your money. But now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about another big opportunity with XDC. XDC 2.0 or XDPOS 2.0. This got posted back in May, the end of May of 2022. This got posted on Medium by XDC Foundation Communications. What you see in reality, XDPOS 2.0 is a major milestone, by far the most intricate upgrade since the XDC network's inception, as evidenced by a full year of beta testing required before the new protocol is set to be implemented in the first quarter of 2023. That's right, it's coming in the first quarter of 2023. I'm very, very excited about this. In fact, they've been testing this for a whole year. It is going to improve security, efficiency, as well as add new functionality. And this is going to allow something very large to be realized in. What is that? Well, let's dive into it. So first off, they do mention a few things around XDC POS 2.0. But mainly I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this down here. So XDPOS 2.0 will be the judge, jury, and executioner regarding malignant network activity, and that is novel. A blockchain network has never had an automated judicial system before. This momentous development can be called blockchain 4.0. And here we have, as mentioned at the start of this piece, XDPOS 2.0 will continue to be tested until the early part of 2023, ensuring that the upgrade works as planned. And here you guys have the security, forensics, governance, XDPOS 2.0 mainnet ready, and then scalability design. You can see the quarters here, and you can see a lot of things around this, but mainly they are going to be upgrading the security, the scalability as well. And there's going to be a lot more into this, but for the most part, here is their testing of XDPOS 2.0. You can see that they are simulating attacks on the network through the testnet and the devnet to make sure that it is as ready as possible for public use. And we do see down here, so this is the M piece. Under the current blockchain architecture, which lacks a judiciary system to ensure accountability, enterprises are asked to trade a material advantage, in this case, security and control within their current system, in exchange for a solution deemed to be morally superior. An arrangement equated to a reverse Faustian bargain, unlikely to be accepted. It continues. We are challenged to create a psychological on-ramp for institutions reinforced by a promise of security, transparency, reduced counterparty risk, and cost efficiency. Opportunity, these are all advantages inherent to the XDC network. While there are proposals to eventually create new blockchains with similar capabilities, no blockchain currently in existence, including the production and design stages, incorporates forensics holistically. That includes Ethereum 2.0. So this is essentially, when this does get released, history in the making. This is going to be a very large innovation, and I do believe that this is going to empower major institutions and enterprises to come over to the XDC side. I also believe that if you look up here, you can see scalability design. They want to have many more applications that demand scalability because as we do see here, evolve XDC so that it can host many more applications while maintaining high availability and serviceability. So this is huge. I do believe that XDC should be focused on. I know that the price action has been very boring. We have been focused on this, but guess what? I believe that this boring price action, when we are just trading sideways like this, and yes, you will have, these big moves to the upside. For an example, like this was a big move to the upside, and I know that you guys are probably going to be like, that's a big move to the upside. Like, what about this back here? And yes, this is huge expansion, but these little wicks, these like little moves to the upside don't really matter. This is just trading. This is just sideways trading. We are waiting for the big moves, right? The big breakout moves. But during this time where it's just trading sideways and having these wicks up to the tops and coming back down, we buy on support. This support zone that's like 2.5 cents. This has been an area of opportunity for a while. And it's been really starting since going all the way back to June of last year. So I've been buying this 2.5 cent zone for a while, and we just had a triple tap of this nearly. If we actually go to the daily, you can see the triple tap. So we had a tap here, 1, 2, and just recently 3. So I love to buy this area because it is significant support. And yes, we wicked down below it before, for an example, back here, which this was a huge buy signal for anybody out there. But when we look at XDC, I do think that this is going to be a huge upgrade. I think that this is going to be, one of those things that brings a lot of focus and eyes and attention to what XDC is becoming. I'm very, very excited for this. Now, also, within this, I do want to break down a few things around XDC that I'm very, very excited for. So recently, we just seen Andre Casterman talking about expanding XDC's, or I should say Xinfin's focus to the carbon credits market. He's quoting down here himself. He's saying, my good friend Andrew Carrier, who is working with Quant, wrote this excellent piece, Carbon Credit Offsetting Tokenization is Bringing Efficiency to Carbon Markets. When you see, what do you think? Community worth looking at? Big enough market to consider. And it's a $50 billion market by 2030. I know that this is not like a $1 trillion plus market, but hey, not everything has to be a $1 trillion plus market. This is a huge market, and I do think that it's great. I think that these networks that are embracing carbon credits, for example, Hedera has been a really big proponent in that area. I think that this is great. I think that Xinfin definitely is right on par with this. I think that Xinfin has been focused on some of the bigger use cases around, areas of opportunity that most blockchains are not focused on. Trade finance, to be an example. So I think that this is great for them to expand this, and it looks like they are going to move towards expansion into the ESG market as well as the carbon credit offsetting and tokenization market. So very excited to see this. Love to see it as well. Now, also, we are seeing a huge conference, ETH Dubai. This is great. In fact, this has already really started. This was between March 15th to the 16th, and we did see back here Xinfin XDC network co-founder in the panel discussion on investing into DeFi at ETH Dubai conference today. So this is nearly over. Tomorrow's the last day for this conference. But the reason why I bring this up is because I believe that Xinfin is expanding rapidly into the Dubai area. They already have been. For example, recently, Comtech Gold was a huge one. Comtech Gold was the big one that we've talked about a little bit back in November of last year. And I think that tokenization of gold is huge. I think that this is a huge area of opportunity that, blockchain is being ahead of. But we do see Dubai Multi-Commodity Center to issue gold-backed tokens using the Xinfin blockchain protocol with Comtech Gold. So Xinfin has already been making a lot of noise in the UAE area, and I think that this is beneficial for them. Why? Because, the UAE has been moving very fast to become a crypto hub. They also want to be pro-crypto. In fact, one of UAE's Emirat launched a free zone for digital and virtual asset firms, which is incredible because this was one of 7 of them. And I do think that this is going to expand rapidly. They want to become a free zone for digital and virtual asset companies as the country's approach to the industry continues to attract global crypto players. I think that this is great. I think that they've been pro-crypto for a while, and I think that this is bringing in a lot more confidence around this area to, have blockchain and crypto adoption as well as innovation to thrive. So very, very incredible to see. And we talked about this a little bit going back 2 weeks ago as a prime example on why U.S. innovation around crypto and blockchain is essentially dying. But I really do think that right now we should focus on these areas because even recently, India and UAE to collaborate on developing digital currencies. The countries will see if their central bank digital currencies will be interoperable. And yeah, I mean, like this is through a POC, proof of concept for all of those out there that don't know what that means, but this is going to be huge because they are trying to facilitate cross-border CBDC transactions of remittances and trade. And again, Xinfin has been a big focus on trade, and I don't know if they're going to be utilized here. Probably not, but still, they are a big option. They have enough noise being created here. And as we do see over here, they are talking about investing into DeFi. They're talking about, certain things. I'm sure that trade finance and trade documentation, things like that around blockchain technology will come up in conversation. You do see Xinfin as being one of the main sponsors, the biggest one here. Love to see it. And also, you do see all of these other major names here as well as, major sponsors. But again, I think that these conferences are great to recognize the value created by these specific blockchain technologies like Xinfin. But also, Impl, right? Impl was there talking about a few things. We do see next-gen messaging API and payment rails. We are thankful for the privilege and opportunity to share about our ISO 20022 API and inside our 3-quarter bridge payments instant settlement solutions for banks and corporates using the Xinfin network. Love to see it. This was at today's meeting, and I do think that everyone should be looking at Impl as well because they are becoming a major name around payments. We do see redefining the standard for cross-border payments and financial messaging. But the thing that I love to see on their website is this down here. So I just seen it. I think it might be, yeah, it's down here. So faster cross-border payments. We're engaged with large global banks, payment companies, and small financial institutions in emerging markets as part of our pilot implementation roadmap. We expect that Impl's payment platform will become ubiquitous globally within 2 years. Remember, they recently just launched. This is going to be a leading name, in my opinion, within the next 2 years. And with that, it is going to empower as well as provide a lot of demand for the XDC network. This is also why I believe that the updates and the upgrades around XDC, like, for example, 2.0, is going to unlock many opportunities, not just around payments, not just around use cases, but in terms of the network adoption, it's going to ignite a lot more mass adoption of the network. And I think that's going to provide a lot more eyes on the project. And remember, these innovations like Impl, for example, huge innovations. Working with the R3 Corda is a huge stepping stone into mass adoption from the banking and the financial institutional grade sector. Because remember, R3 Corda is a giant within that area. Also, R3 Corda is a huge giant around trade finance as well with Contour and many other companies as well. But very exciting. Very, very exciting. And keep a close eye out on the roadmap milestones with Impl. They have been updating this along the way. So far, 2023 has nothing here, but I will be focusing on this quite a bit going forward on this year because I do think that this is a leading name around XDC adoption. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys have more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. This is up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this before. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.